Yes, Sirski. It's your boy Twan the Don, and I'm back with another Jag Weezy, Bitty Easy for the ladies and the geezies. Okay, now look, this video is gonna be on the Jacksonville Jaguars at Los Angeles Chargers, 3 stars. We're gonna do the 3 stars from the players, and we're gonna do the 3 stars for the coaching staff. You feel me? And then I'm gonna give you the tone setters, the offensive tone setter and the defensive tone setter. Okay? Now, you know, first things first, we're gonna start with that tea time for me time, pretty please time, and that moment of silence for the people who are doing down bad today. Okay, now look. You know I got my note peasy. Y'all can't be seeing all them notes. There's notes on there, but galore, boy. To the bottom page, you feel me? Now peep game, y'all. Clap it up for the Jaguars. Flex for the Jaguars. You know what I'm saying? Do whatever you got to do for the Jaguars. If you're a Jaguar fan, be happy. Rep some Jaguar gear because we are no longer hiding. We are no longer the laugh of the league, the talk of the league, the clown outs of the league, okay? People are finally understanding. You feel me? Had to sip that right there. Look, man. 95. I've been a Jag Weezy Feezy, my geezy. I'm rocking with us. You know what I'm talking about? So it makes me feel really good that we have a formidable team, a team that gives us a team that is worthy of the fans. Like, as fans, this is the type of team we would have put together. You know, the type that is the most competitive. I feel like we're the most competitive team out there. We beat ourselves in week 1. I don't know how many times I have to say this. We're supposed to be 3-0. And I wrote this at the beginning because I wanted to say this. Everybody remember, I was the first one to say this. 11-6, Jaguars will be the Bengals of 2022. 11-6, the Jaguars will be the Bengals of 2022. Okay? And as the weeks go on, now we're still super early, but as the weeks go on, I'm starting to see my envisionment coming a little closer, a little bit, you know. But let's start it off, you know what I'm talking about? We're going to start off like this. First off, let's start it like this. Monstar Awards, where'd your talents go? What happened to you? I'm going to give that to Josh Allen. I'm going to give that to Trayvon Walker. I think they both only had an assisted tackle. 1. But we can't win many games. I mean, it's hard to even to talk junk about that because we won by so much. But let me just say this: Josh Allen, Trayvon Walker. If you want to win Rookies of the Year, both of you, Defensive Player of the Year, you both. Trayvon, Defensive Rookie of the Year. Josh, Defensive Player of the Year. This ain't gonna cut it. You can't go a game or 2 without sacks, Trayvon. You can't go a game without sacks, Josh Allen. You have to have a sack or 2 a game. That's the only way. Now, let me get that out. I was just getting that out. You know what I'm talking about? But it was wonderful that we didn't need a huge pass rush to dominate the Chargers. We beat them with coverage. You know, we rushed the line most of the time, and we beat them with our coverage, which was great to see. Honorary mentions before we start the 3 stars. I know this is a lot before we start the 3 stars, but y'all rock with me, so I'll rock with y'all. Honorary mentions, all right? Trey Herndon, okay? He came in, started for Shaquille. He did his thug thing. He did his thug thizzle, okay? Devin Lloyd, okay? He had 7 total tackles in that interception, which rocked everything off, you know what I'm talking about? That was made possible by that Tyson Campbell hit when the dude caught the ball. And Tyson Campbell tried to catch the ball after he hit it, and he seen it popped out. And then on offense, honorary mention, that goes to James Robinson. Okay, he's the only Jacksonville Jaguar not named Trevor Lawrence to score in every game this year. Yeah. Now, let's jump over to the 3 stars. Okay, at the black star. You know what I'm saying? And this is the hardest one I've ever done yet because there was so much good. It was so hard for me to choose, but I did mine. So how about this? If y'all don't, even if you like mine, let me get your 3 stars for the game. Put it in the comment. But the 3 stars, the black star goes to Trevor Lawrence, okay? He was 28 of 39, 262 yards, 3 touchdowns, no interceptions. You know what I'm saying? For the second week. You know what I'm talking about? 3 carries for 7 yards, 2.3 yards a carry. Okay? No sacks. No interceptions for the second week. You feel me? No sacks for the second week. You feel me? Now look. Trevor Lawrence has become, the last 2 games, he has shown us what we drafted him for, why we drafted him. He has shown us growth. Tremendous growth from the first game to the second game was tremendous growth. Okay? They cut back on mistakes. And let me just say this, y'all. The Jacksonville Jaguars had 2 penalties last game against the Chargers. I love it. Okay? We had like 13 penalties in the first game for 90 yards. It was horrible. But Trevor has made accurate passes. He has overthrown. There's been 2 overthrows in the last 2 games. Each of the last 2 games, there's been 4 overthrows, 2 in each game. And they were horrible overthrows. With those back in, those are first downs again. So those are just balls that just get away from you. Know when you're shooting basketball in the ball, you're like, oh, that's off. That's what he did with those. They were just too high. But he's shown that he's gonna be our leader. He's gonna be our commander, our captain, take us to the promised lander. Okay. And then I've seen so many people saying he looks like Peyton Manning. He looks like Peyton Manning. It was one thing I noticed about Trevor Lawrence that he's doing now, which I love. And I said in week 1, I was like, bro, where's the audibles? I get it. You got to learn the coverages and read the coverage and stuff. I'm like, but it was a few times we ran a play and it got stuffed. And I'm like, bro, you could have audibled. Like, you don't have to run the play, especially if you know what's coming. And he audibled 2 times into a first down. And I was like, wow, like that type of thing means so much that y'all don't even realize how much more that means. Okay, that means a lot for a team. There was a play where I was watching Atlanta and them play, and Mariota did this play action, and I'm like, bruh, it's clear you're not even handing it off. And right when he faked that handoff, bang, they rocked him because he didn't sell it and because he didn't audible out of that. It was clear they were coming with the blitz. But anyways, Trevor Lawrence, he gets the black star. Okay? Now we're going to move on to the teal star. Okay? The teal star goes to Isaiah Jones, a.k.a. Zay Jones. He had 10 receptions. Okay? 85 yards. Okay? And a touchdown. Yeah, and a tud. Okay? Now, this is the thing. When we signed Christian Kirk, they said we overpaid him. When we signed Zay Jones, they were like, well, he only was good at the end of the year, and he only had 1 touchdown last year, or whatever he had. And I'm like, your boy looked much faster than I thought. He looked like Trevor's security blanket in the preseason, and he looks like a 1. Like they said, he's a decent 2. He's a bad 2, decent 3, or a bad 2, great, phenomenal 3, right? But he looks like he's when I say a bad 1, I'm saying like you don't want him to be your only, like you don't want him to be your starter and the rest be worse receivers than him. But he looks like a bad 1, which means he looks like a 1. Okay, at times he looks like he's the number 1 receiver as far as his route running is much better than people give him credit for. His awareness of getting open, okay, his wiggliness, he can get wiggly real quick. He catch the ball. I'm loving Zay Jones and Christian Kirk, that combo. And then we have Marvin Jones, who doesn't drop anything, but it seems like he's dropped like 2-3 balls this year. I'm like, come on, bro. But yes, they were overthrown, but still, if you get your hands on them, especially both hands, catch that ball, Marvin Jones. But yes, the teal star went to Zay Jones. Like I said, he had 10 receptions, 85 yards, and a tud. Okay, and it seemed like he was everywhere. It just seemed like he was catching the ball all over the place. And we're going to go to that gold star, okay? Yeah, that gold star. This gold star is going to go to somebody none of y'all would have expected me to give this gold star to. But if you watch the games, if you know football, your boy deserved this gold star. I was debating on who was going to get the black and teal star. The gold star goes to none other than our left tackle. Or a right tackle, I'm sorry. I am talking about none other. No, it's our left tackle, I'm so sorry. I'm talking of none other than Cam Robinson, okay? He allowed 0 sacks. And he was going up against, for the most majority of the time, Khalil Mack. Somebody who would have been mac and cheese against him. You know, somebody he would have ate all day against. Somebody was going to eat, like, when Khalil Mack goes against somebody, he's going to have 2-3 sacks. 1-2-3 sacks. You know what I'm talking about? He had this many. He had donuts. He had 0 sacks, okay? I want to say this. He got that contract, and I was a little bit worried. But if this is how he's going to play with the contract, we need to pay Taylor. We need to pay Juwan. We need to pay Juwan. We need to. I know a lot of y'all like Walker. I like Walker. But I also like Juwan. And Juwan's showing himself this year. I think Brandon Sharif done showed him some stuff, and he's gotten it. We've not given up. Let me get to that. I'll get to that. But Cam Robinson, he is the gold star of the Chargers game. Like I said, the black star went to Trevor Lawrence. The teal star went to Isaiah Jones. And that gold star, it goes to Cam Robinson. Okay? Now, I told you my honorary mentions already. But, yeah, Devin Lloyd, James Robinson, Trey Herndon. You know what I'm talking about? Now, let's rock over to the tone setters, okay? The tone setters, all right? For offense, the tone setter for offense it was definitely James, I'm back, Robinson. Yes, James Robinson. Peep game. Right off the gate, handed him the ball. He had a 25-plus yarder. I believe it was 20-plus yard run off the monkey. And he made that thing. You feel me? He does his thug thizzle. James Robinson is back, okay? If you didn't believe it, now you believe it, okay? And on defense, the tone setter for the Chargers game was definitely Devin. This is why they drafted me in the first. This is why they traded up to get me in the first, Lloyd. Okay? Yes, Devin Lloyd. He started it with that first drive interception. You know what I'm talking about? Thank you for the ball. Mind you, that was made possible because Tyson Campbell came in rock steady, though, buddy, when he caught the ball. Sorry about that, y'all. Now, let's take a little swivel and let's talk about the 3 stars for the coaches. Now, y'all are going to be surprised on this, all right? The 3 stars for the coaches. The black star. We're going to start it off because I got to go to work, y'all. It's early. The black star. It goes to the Shay Townsend, okay? The Shay Townsend. Yeah, that name sounds familiar. He was a DB for the Pittsburgh Steelers, but now he is our passing coordinator / cornerbacks coach. Okay? Our passing games coordinator / cornerbacks coach. Okay? Now, our DBs have only allowed 1 passing touchdown in the last 2 games. Okay? But we have gotten 1 or more interceptions in the last 2 games. Okay? Thus, I give him the black star. Goes to, like I said, the Shay Townsend. He is our passing game / cornerback coach. Cornerback coach. My bad. Excuse me, y'all. Hiccups. The cornerbacks coach. I rocks with him. Okay? Now, the teal star. That'll go to Chris Jackson. Who is Chris Jackson? Chris Jackson is our wide receivers coach, okay? Sorry, y'all. And the reason I have him as the teal star is because, look, they have our receivers looking like the most. He has our receivers looking like the most underrated group of receivers preseason into the season. What I mean by that is, before the season, they all said that we don't have a single one. You guys have I wrote it down because I wanted to be specific. They said, you have a 2 disguised as a 1 and 2s and 3s as your 2s. What I mean by that is they said Christian Kirk is a bona fide number 2 receiver, and we're going to have him playing 1. And then you have receivers like Marvin Jones and Zay Jones who are good, who are decent 2s, but really 3s playing the 2. And I'm like, are you kidding me? But whatever. So when if you take that little nugget of wisdom, then you put it all together, you like, they said that we have the worst wide receiver core in the league. Not true. Not true by far. But that's what they said. So I gave the teal star, like I said, to Chris Jackson, who is our wide receivers coach, because he has our wide receivers playing up to their potential and beyond their potential, to where we're beating teams 24-0. We're beating teams 38-10. Okay? Now, let's go to that gold star. And if you were listening on my gold star with the players, then you should already know who the gold star is for the coaches. I'm talking about the gold star for the coaches go to Phil Rosher and Todd Washington. Phil Rosher is our offensive line coach, and Todd Washington is the assistant offensive line coach. Now look, we've only allowed 2 sacks this whole year, okay? And both of them were in week 1. One of the people that got a sack was the number 88 player in the NFL. So I mean, it's like, why? How are we supposed to stop that anyway? But listen to what I'm saying. We've only allowed 2 sacks. They both were in week 1, and they were against top level. It was against a top level talent in defense. It wasn't against no bum. It wasn't against no regular player. You know what I'm saying? That's not happening. And in preseason, look what happened. We got sacked by who? TJ Watt. We were letting big name players get through, not them little name players. I think our offensive line is supremely underrated. I think we have one of the better offensive lines. And I said this when I said we're the Bengals of whatchamacallit. The Bengals had everything but a offensive line. I felt like we had everything but receivers. And now we got receiver. I'm like, well, we got the receivers. Just listen to what I said. The Bengals had everything but an offensive line. And I feel like the Jaguars had everything except receivers. Like, if you look at our team, but now with the receivers playing well, what's to stop us? And yeah, I got to get to work, so I got to wrap it up. So I'm going to run it down again. The 3 stars for the players, it went to black star was Trevor Lawrence. Teal star was Zay Jones. The gold star was Cam Robinson. The 3 stars for the coaches, the black star went to Shay Townsend, who was our passing game coordinator / DB coach. The teal star went to Chris Jackson, who was our wide receiver coach. And then the gold star for the coaches went to Phil Rosher, our offensive line coach, and Todd Washington, our assistant offensive line coach. The 2 tone setters. And you comment in the comment section and let me know what you think if I did right by naming these the way I did them. The 2 tone setters. On offense, it was James Robinson. And to James, I'm back, Robinson. And on defense, it was Devin. This is why they traded up to get me in the first round. Lloyd. Yeah, Devin Lloyd. And to and you know me. I'm not going to ask you to like the video, even though this is a good one to, I'm not going to ask you to subscribe to the channel, even though I need y'all to, I would love for y'all to subscribe. Nah, but I will ask y'all to comment in the comment section. Let me know if you rock with me. Let me know if you rock with the Jaguars. Let me know if there's a video you want me to do pertaining to the Jagweezies. Let me know y'all 3 stars. Offense, defense, your players and your coaches. Let me know where we can improve the most. And I know this sounds crazy, but I think we can improve the most with passing defense, even though we're doing great right now. Let me know. And I leave y'all the same way with the 3 oh yay,